Okay, so today we're going to take you for a test drive in the 2024 Mazda CX-30, and this is the 2.5S with the premium package. So we'll cover some of the stuff that adds as we go along, but to start, I've got my phone with me, and we've got wireless charging down here, so it's going to keep my device charged up when I'm on the go. Plus, I can use Apple CarPlay as well as Android Auto, which is going to be a wired connection here in the center console. So let's put it in drive. We'll go for a spin around. Now, there is quite a few different trim levels when we're looking at the Mazda CX-30. Now, this one, I think for the money, is going to give you some of the best equipment, style, and all-around kind of usability out of one of these. So one of the big things with the premium package, we have to start on the inside because this is going to add the leather-appointed seats. Now, these are going to be heated for the driver as well as the passenger, and they're pretty comfortable. It's kind of more of a firm leather seat, but I think over time, as you're driving more, that's going to be more comfortable kind of in the long run. And there is an option to do the cloth seats in these as well. You can go up the trim level, which is going to be a little bit different leather or different options you would have. So with this premium package, that's going to be one of the kind of big things that's added into this one. From there, this one also will get the sunroof up above. You're going to get a power lift gate in the back, which is really pretty convenient and cool as well. And we've also got the Bose sound system in here. So there's a lot of pretty great equipment in this little CX-30. Now let's look at the exterior of the vehicle. So Mazda's vehicles, no matter which SUV you're looking at, are going to come standard with the all-wheel drive. And like the name says, this one has the 2.5-liter four-cylinder. So that's going to be a 6-speed automatic transmission, and that's going to give you 33 miles per gallon on the highway. And that's with the all-wheel drive system. So it's a pretty fuel-efficient little vehicle, and I think the 2.5 four-cylinder is more than enough to get this one going. But if you want more power, there's also a turbo model. So that's going to give you a little bit less fuel economy in return, but a little bit more zip under your right foot. Now on the exterior, this is the Snowflake Metallic Pearl, which I think looks great. The Mazda Kodo design language, which is kind of the overall design and feel of all these Mazda SUVs, does look really good. Up front, you've got the LED headlights, and you've got those kind of little amber beams down below, and it gives it a really stylish look to the front of the vehicle. And that's something I always find in the Mazda lineup. I think you're getting almost more of an upscale or luxury price point from these vehicles, if that makes sense. So you're getting a little bit more luxury and equipment than you'd expect from what this one comes in at just under $35,000. But a few other things on the outside. There's a few different wheel options on the CX-30. This one's got the 18-inch wheels, which I think look really good when that's silver. If you go to the different sport trim levels, there's a blacked out appearance package, which would give you the black wheels on the turbo or some of the carbon trim levels. So like I said, it gets a little confusing because there is a lot of different stuff and ways to configure these, but it's nice because then you can end up with the perfect CX-30. Now back on the inside, like I said, that wireless charging is very convenient in the USBs, but the regular infotainment screen is pretty cool. There's actually a little controller down here. So you can go through, this one's going to have built-in navigation. You can also go back and adjust all of your safety settings. So obviously if you and your family are in the vehicle, you're going to want to be safe. So this is going to give you things like blind spot monitoring, emergency braking, and one of my favorite features, the adaptive cruise control. So that's going to give you 4, 3, 2, 1 car length distances ahead of you. And if you're doing a lot of highway driving or even city driving, that's a pretty cool and convenient feature. Now in the rear of the vehicle, like I said, this one does get the power lift gate, so you can open that up, and it's a 60-40 split rear seat. So if you're not hauling people, you can kick those seats down and they're going to fold down nearly flat for you, so you can haul some larger objects. But from there, I mean, the back seat is a little bit smaller. Obviously the CX-30 being the smallest vehicle in the Mazda lineup, if you're looking for a little bit more legroom, you might jump up to the CX-5 or the all-new CX-70 or CX-90. Those are going to give you third row capabilities. But let's say 99% of the time, it's you in the car, you're driving to work, you're picking up the kids. I think with the trade-off for the great fuel economy that this vehicle is going to offer, plus all the safety and the luxury inside, I mean, it's not bad in the back. I'm 6'1", and where I was driving comfortably, I could still sit back there. And yes, I maybe wouldn't want to go on a long road trip, but if I scoot forward a little bit, it's more than comfortable. And there's also going to be air vents back there, so you do get some air kicking up, or if you got the dog or the pets back there, they're going to be happy as well. Now, one thing that's pretty cool on the inside, it's really kind of hard to tell on camera, but there is a brown and black interior. So the brown runs from the door cards onto the dash, and then the center console is kind of this chocolate brown interior look. And like I said, with the snowflake exterior and that brown interior, it does work really nicely together. Another pretty cool feature in here is your digital gauge cluster. So there's three kind of general settings. One's going to show you like your trip computer. The next one is going to be showing you that safety for the adaptive cruise control and such. And then the last one is just going to be your regular gauge that's going to show your miles per hour. But one other thing this one offers is the heads-up display. So that's showing me I'm going 44 miles per hour in a 45-mile-an-hour speed limit zone. So the heads-up display is pretty convenient. You can kind of move it up or down so it can be in your line of sight or a little bit lower. But I think that for the money, like I said, that's usually something found in some of the higher price or luxury vehicles getting the heads-up display. But overall, ride and drive. It's quiet, it's comfortable in here. Like I said, the seats are great, especially when the winter comes along. You've got the all-wheel drive, you've got the heated steering wheel, and with the Mazda app, you can actually get a remote start in this vehicle as well, since it is a push-button start in here. So I think if you're looking for a car, like I said, 95% of the time you're just cruising around town, you're looking for great fuel economy, but you want something that's easy to park and that looks good, I think the Mazda CX-30 is pretty awesome in terms of kind of just doing it all. I mean, with the CarPlay, with the great equipment in here, and like I said, at this price point, for the luxury inside this vehicle is how it feels and drives and the overall responsiveness of everything. I think you gotta get out, take one of these Mazda CX-30s for a spin and see what you think.